you so much, Trace. It is time to get into it. NiP versus Fnatic, our second quarter final. We'll see who emerges tomorrow as the victor and a chance potentially to even run all the way to the final. Because oftentimes teams that make it into semis early fall a little flat, so they have to consider they are not the underdog on this stage.
Could be one of the last times we see Cash here, Matt. It will be NiP starting on the CT side here with Fnatic. Two smokes and Molotov available, and right now CT's investigating towards the B storage area, but no terrorists there. Fnatic focusing fully on the A bomb side. They're going to smoke towards highway, Molotov that quad, and you can see Lekr0 on the bomb side, but he is there alone.
Smoke will go down to cover behind the quad, behind Red Crate. It's not directly on the top of highway. That gives JW a bit of a gap to work in behind the forklift. This could be one of the last events we'll see Cash at. It's leaving, certainly by the time we come back around here again next year. Dennis will start it off. First kill of the game, and he finds Crim's. Bomb, however, has already been planted. And it is the retake game on 2A. Keep in mind, with the retake, that requires a kit. Get Right holds that. It also requires getting in through the doorway, which they've tried. However, JW and Exist make that twice, has shut them down entirely. It's just Get Right and Forest remaining.
Not really much can be done here, I'm afraid. It's a solid take from Fnatic. They lose the first frag, but the bomb got planted. Lekr0 managing to get one frag, but once that plant was down, the crossfires were set up, and it's Exist hitting the crucial shot towards the A storage area. It's a solid round from Fnatic, but will we see the force fire in the second from NiP? They'll take their time. Nothing purchased so far. It would be Deagle's armor and a few flashbangs, or they can take a full eco here and bring out some rifles in the third. This is Exist getting that shot towards Rez. That was very important, and I can confirm it is the full eco from NiP here, so pretty much guaranteed to be Fnatic up 2-0. They've got 2 AKs and 3 UMPs. Going to be boosting players up towards middle. Pretty standard stuff so far. It's a nice area of the map to go for, although they have missed the smoke towards Connector. They'll throw in a Molotov there, and CTs are ready to duel, but they'll be held off by that Molotov.
Lekr0 with the unsilenced USP.
You don't see that every day.
You used to see it a lot more when, I suppose there was also no P2000, but at 1.6 when you could quick switch back and forth and it would finish the animation for you.
Yeah.
So people would do it then all the time with the M4 as well. JW's already made contact toward the top of the highway, and Get Right steps out to make sure Rez is okay in battle. He is. Instead, though, it's back toward the vents. They've pushed out mid. They know there's time on the rotations. They'll work the site with Lekr0 and Forest being very passive. Rez is going to try and get immediately behind them, working in to the vents, but the gun's already going to work. The range is already in their favor, and unfortunately, Rez went down immediately. So Get Right and Forest, who are actually the two that started on the B site, are the two that survived last by being so passive. And unfortunately, no kills for NiP. It's 2-0.
Great stuff. But that's the round they're expected to win. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. NiP will bring out their AUGs, and like I said, there'll be compromises here. So Get Right will go for the UMP to make sure they actually have a little bit of utility. Of course, no AWP available to them. 4 rifles, 1 SMG, and I wouldn't be surprised if they probe for a kill here. Maybe pushing towards Squeaky Door, trying to get that first frag, just to give them a bit of advantage considering they have such a lack of grenades here. Middle would be a great area for Fnatic to focus towards. There probably won't be an incendiary, but there it is. The only one they have is deployed towards middle. Crim's waiting for that push towards B. It's a pretty standard setup from the CT so far. Dennis and Lekr0 holding on the A site, and Fnatic for now waiting to get some mid control as the smokes go down.
Get Right with a nade that's lobbed, lands directly on top of Brolan. So that's twice they've found damage with none in return. Flash out, JW checks, no one even there. Get Right's relocated, in fact gone in similar style to an Apex rotation. Back up around, back down, and inside Z without having to cross over the confines of middle again. A lot of commitment so far from Fnatic, but they are pushing themselves back over toward A, and that information is going to be revealed if they push any further. Rez, already behind the box, is around the corner in B main.
Yeah, that's crucial. They needed to get a bit of intel here. They're running out of grenades. They won't be able to hold off a full execution. They need manpower on the A bomb side. Rez pushing now, allows Get Right to actually rotate over towards a truck, and I think Forest is going to join him as well. Rez has made it to the mid warehouse here. This push is everything, but the T's are aware of it. JW completely flashed, but it doesn't matter. Lekr0 hasn't checked it. First kill comes in, but Rez will bring one back.
Trade sufficient. Bombs down at A main. Brolan catching out Rez is huge because that actually opens up the possibility to run it back toward B. I don't know if there's enough time for JW. That's going to be very tight. Brolan needs to actually pick up the pace and secure the site to get all the way in. And if Forrest just stays alive in the back lines, this is going to be around 7 seconds on the plant. Forrest steps out. This should be round. All he has to do is drop the bomb down. 8 seconds. No time to recover. And Forrest does it all with Get Like getting one.
Absolutely fantastic work there from Forrest. The experience shines through. Realizing that they weren't fully committed there, and Fnatic almost played themselves. It was a nice idea, but again, we saw this yesterday. They're trying to show presence towards A, but the player holding for that push and showing that fake towards the bomb side didn't fully commit. He needs to find a frag. He needs to pull someone away. Forrest, years of experience there, managing to get the crucial kills. And like he said, that first frag, as soon as it was found, that was the round. It's going to be round 4 here. Fnatic can certainly buy into it, but exists with no grenades at all. Same story for Twist. As we get into another very default round here. Spread across the map. Crims all towards Sunroom and see if there's any sort of CT pushes coming through. Rez, he managed to make that work in the previous round. Crims won't let him do it again.
He's going to try not to let him do it again. In that position, I would say he'll be pretty successful. There's only one man I know that's ever played a reverse corner at Skylight and not gotten a kill. That's James Bardoff.
What a man he is.
Well, Brolan is certainly becoming one. Every time he's on a stage, he seems to be improved. He seems to get better and better. Flash is going to be perfect as well. Lekro had to turn away. Twist was there, and Dennis will at least get that back, but Crims got Rez in the meantime. He did win from Toxic, knowing there would be a reaction. He waited the whole time. All he had to do was check it, and Forrest can sit inside of the B site. Dennis is going to rotate out of A. I imagine if this gets planted, they just save. Forrest has 0. I say that. The fact that Dennis gets one so cleanly, and they're on low HP, does Forrest have that information? Don't think it's worth it, and I don't think he's going to even bother.
Yeah, he has no kit here. A couple of flashes, 3 kills to find, and the bomb is down. They don't have the best situation going forward in terms of the loss bonus. There'll be a second stage. That's going to be $1,900 into each of the bank accounts there. Forrest saves the org. Sure, Dennis can buy with him. They might just be in a position where they have to force into it because get right, Lekro, they'll be double eco regardless. We'll see whether that's going to be the play and whether Forrest can survive. But a lovely round there from Fnatic, managing to find the crucial kills. Brolan, you're absolutely right. He has been instrumental in Fnatic's success. His aim, his potential with the AK-47 is just mesmerizing.
It's impressive to me how steady the trajectory has been. There's a lot of hype around young players when they come in. Rops certainly showed signs of brilliance, but it was up and down for a bit. With Brolan, he never came in and actually wowed me in quite the same way, but he's taken steps forward at every single event, and I think that's why you have, in his case, the benefit of a guy like Exist to lead you, a guy like Crims who's just got so much experience. He can learn off that, he can foster that. JW as well, certainly they play very different roles, mind you, but it's all there for him, and he's taking it in like a sponge, and I don't mean Chad, I mean a real sponge.
Well, it will be NiP here. No force by just Forrest, and that saved Org. They've got a couple of Deagles and P250s, but that's about as exciting as it gets. Fnatic are aware of their troubles, and they'll be holding up once again at the depot, and that's key. You do not want to be rushing. You don't want to be throwing yourself through choke points in these sort of rounds. You've got 1 minute 45, but let's just hold up. Let's bleed out any sort of utility they might have. Are they going to stack anywhere? We need intel first, and commit as a 5 and make sure there's trade potential. No one should be committing to fine frags by themselves. There's just no need for it. So they'll hold on to the majority of their smokes for now. And mid-control seems to be available. It's going to be Brolan challenging first. He takes a bullet to the face, but dishes out equal damage.
Oh, yes.
Nice boost from Dennis. He is a bit of a master with the Deagle. No opportunities just yet, but he'll stay up there.
For now, they'll give up on it. So Forrest. Quad! That was the AUG. I was going to say the only gun, and it's playing the longest angle. Oversight, but unfortunately the pistol can't capitalize any other gun in that situation. Shotgun even, SMG, he's down. JW's gone in that situation, but it's just a Deagle, and well, he's got the AUG. Lekro, I was about to say P250, they'll at least pick that up, and Lekro, he'll find the shot over top of his teammate's shoulder, but they're in B, and bomb to go down. Maybe just keep that AUG 1 round further. They will be at a 3rd round bonus. This will be the 4th, so that gives them certainly something to work with
Definitely. That's 2,400 on top of the 2K they have right now. It won't be the most ideal setup. Remember, NiP aren't reliant on an AWP, so this is absolutely fine. Lekro saving the Aug as well, whether he can. That will certainly be beneficial as he holds towards the A site right now. You can see Twist encroaching on his position. It's actually quite a big deal. If Lekro can save this, he's got a lot more money, but it's not going to happen. Twist has been impressive this tournament, I have to say. Lots of confidence as Fnatic go up 4-1 here. We have not seen much cash here at all. Like you said, Matt, it's not surprising considering this map's being removed from the pool going forward. A lot of teams shying away from it, trying to focus on the core maps. As we get into round 6, Dennis does bring out the AWP. 3 players without helmets, but fortunately, all rifles on the Fnatic side, and they've got a lack of utility again. As far as with just 1 smoke, Dennis with nothing at all as they head towards B. They're going to change the pace up here. Not necessarily a B rush, but they'll send 5 players in here and try and trade out frags and see whether they can get that bomb down nice and early.
So it's towards Skylight. It's forced inside of it. Double peek from Rez. He goes back around. Knows that JW's emerged inside of the site. He's lunged himself forward to take advantage of the previous battle. Preoccupied as they were, it gives them ground, but look at Get Right. JW down. He pushed through the smoke. He gets taken out immediately after because he was caught in no man's land with just the UMP, but it's a one-on-one Twist versus Dennis.
There's so much time available as well. Dennis ideally needs to find himself a rifle. He's been spotted, and Twist doesn't really inflict much damage at all. And does he go all the way back towards A?
I think it could be even a double pump. Okay, he is going to go all the way. I thought he might wrap back through the vents if he could. But A and Dennis is thinking he's being played, so he's going to stay on B. That's going to make it very difficult on an op with no kit to try and retake. Now, it is just 1 player to find, and if he gets the angle right, if he can bait him out, just by tapping the bomb, perhaps, he might consider it.
He's got no kit here, Matt, so he does get the rifle, and he has to operate there.
I was going to say.
He knows he needs that. And he actually does have a pretty solid chance through Twist HP, but where has Twist positioned himself? He'll actually be sat all the way in A main. That's a really nice spot. And if Dennis goes for a fake defuse here, I don't think Twist will challenge. So I think the full will actually be well on the cards. That might be his best approach.
With no smoke as well. If he had a smoke and he taps it, you check it. Oh, look how close he is, though. Molotov on
nice
it.
Work.
That might have done it. Dennis is going to try and chase him down. This runs the risk of actually just losing everything, and he's fully blind. How well read was that from Twist?
Yeah, he's done a great job there. He's got the Molotov.
How smooth he looks, too. He's like, whatever.
The fact he gets the Molotov down, he knows he's going to successfully throw that because the tap hasn't come in. If he gets it down, even if he gets traded out there, he's not going to defuse that bomb as it was just too far gone. So incredibly well played. Dennis was in a horrible position there. It was a minute on the clock, and his opposition could fall back. Twist could go all the way back towards A, or he could just sit there and pretend he is, and you've got the AWP in your hand. You have to just sit there and hope for the best at that stage. Great play from Twist. It's going to be 5-1 in favor of Fnatic now, and another eco for NiP. Deagles, a couple of grenades, and that's about it. Dennis has some armor as Fnatic set up for another slow defo once again.
As with the headshot angle, Lekro to play off of it with a deagle. We know that Lekro's deagle is easily top 5
for sure
in the world. I hate to interrupt that chance. That one I'll interrupt. If you think Henry's a wanker, you're sitting there wooing. I don't know who I believe. JW will back off. Good first shot. He's got Get Right down. That was relative ease. Even if he had a gun and had armor, that headshot on a jumping player is going to land all day long.
Yeah, you can see why Fnatic wanted to play this map. They're looking dangerous right now. They're working together. They're hitting their shots, and everyone just seems to have got a lot of confidence. And NiP haven't really had a solid buy-in. There's always been compromises. They just can't find any sort of momentum. As Crims busts his way through the vents, he'll be in towards Checkers now. There are 2 players on the B bomb side. That is going to be Lekro and Rez. They've got a deagle, and headshots are required, but that smoke makes things impossible. Rez has just been absolutely destroyed by the utility. Lekro, he said his deagle's good. He's found 1, but that's all he'll get. Forrest and Dennis left to pick up the pieces here, but there's absolutely no chance. They're being ravished through the smoke as Crims gets his 3rd. And that's going to be the round 6-1. Dennis looking for any sort of consolation frags, but nothing is available whatsoever. Great stuff there. Fnatic look like they've got everything under control. That smoke towards headshot, the fact it lands in that position, so you'll be able to see the feet of any potential players at headshot. Then you put the Molotov behind them as well. It's an absolute nightmare to hold that off.
And negates the entire position.
That's the angle I'm talking about. The Crims beneath that smoke, you could see anyone that's there. That's such a beautiful smoke.
Excuse me, I misclicked on my button. Coughed in everyone's ear. It is pretty well designed and absolutely totally takes the position away. We get back to guns now at 6-1. Don't discount that score line because it's a full bonus and we know that they accumulate as well. They are only on the 5th round now. But they've kept, for the most part, up until the last round, Fnatic fairly honest. And that means it's only going to take 1 or 2 to break them down. We'll have a couple gun rounds in succession if NiP are successful here. Meanwhile, it's back over toward A. Flash out from Lekro. Tight side of the main crate, and Get Right trying to rotate back around with smokes to cover forklift yet again. Lekro's going to try and take advantage of that. Walking up, pre-scoped on the op. Get Right's there to try and trade off of it.
Oh, Dennis, that is not the push you're looking for. Lekro on the AWP now. NiP just don't look confident.
Up and over.
As
Up and
they
over.
try and hold on to the bomb site. It's JW is absolutely schooling them now. And the bomb site gets a 3K. And that's going to be round. Forest can only sit back and watch as Fnatic have full control of the side. The bomb is down. That's a kill, but it might even cost him his life. He'll have to try and stay alive at this point. And the inconsistency of NiP, I've always criticized the AWP with this team. We started off in this, the 3rd round with a Dennis AWP, and then it comes in the hands of Lekro. Who is the AWPer here? Who's going to be running this and consistently finding the same positions and dictating the pace of the play? And that time, Lekro holding forklift with the AWP. As soon as you miss one shot, Matt, you're done for. You're out of the equation. That's exactly what happened.
Quick shadow for Forrest to respond because he was actually looking away. That would have cost him. So he gets the benefits of an unknown advantage.
He's doing pretty good here.
He is, but he's about to go down shortly. They're all over him. 2 players, Nate as well. He has to look away and Twist gets the shot on the op. 7-1 now for Fnatic.
Well, it's up to NiP. Maybe a tactical timeout required at this stage, and indeed they've called for it. They're currently sat on around $4,000 each, and Lekro, he's already made the call. He's the in-game leader. The Desert Eagle, armor, and 1 smoke. They've saved nothing from the previous round. Forest fought valiantly, but they made sure the legend himself will have absolutely nothing going into round number 9 here. A chance to compose himself. And let's see whether any more is purchased than 1 Desert Eagle here. Currently, looking at the stats, only Forrest has had any sort of impact. Remember, those 3 kills was from saving a weapon. He sits at 8 and 6. Everyone else hovering around 3 frags, and this was just epic from JW. This 3rd kill especially, get Rez out of here. Just been deleted. And now we'll see some smokes, HEs, and NiP. They've played a very static game so far. We haven't seen much in terms of assertive pushes or trying to rattle the default of Fnatic. They've been allowed to essentially do what they want when they want to.
JW is already getting ready to try and clear out anyone who dare try and push up close. We're still seeing the effects of the round bonus on a CT side. You can't buy every single round. So Fnatic's basically getting a free kick every second time buy. And the benefit of that, naturally, is that you get to build back up your bank, so you're not going to be as susceptible to being broken or the positive reset as a result.
Now bear in mind, Matt, this is one of the few maps in the pool that is T-sided, so this isn't too daunting for NiP just yet. They can even come back and win this half, so it's okay. Yes, it's the scary start, but they can bring it right back. They're an experienced team and actually a little bit legendary on this map, as we'll see. With a little bit of a mid-stack coming through. 3 CTs there, and JW being very tentative with his approach. He knows there's a possibility as he finds the first, might struggle on the second, but this guy's turning up. Roland comes into back up towards the mid area, and it's going to be 3 kills in favor of Fnatic. Lekro and Rez holding on to the Deagles. They're separated right now, one towards A, the other at B, and it's just a matter of time before they give this round up. Oof.
Twist trying to do what he can from white box, had to switch over to the pistol, having the op just missed. Rez, he'll pre-smoke it. Even if they want to try and smoke, or rather throw the smoke that leaves his feet shown, he covers that off himself. Unfortunately, it means he doesn't have a headshot angle toward B main, and they run him down. Brolan finding the kill. Rez tries to take the same position, same spot. They know he's snuck in, but he's got the bomb down. 16 seconds as well. Unfortunately, he's left alone, so they'll get him on a kill. I don't think the bomb matters at this point. 12 seconds left. They do exactly that at 8-1, and NiP will be able to buy again.
Do they bring out a double AWP? Now, Matt, we've had Dennis AWPing, we've had Lekro AWPing, now we have Forest AWPing. What have we got?
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good use of a pizza box, not gonna lie.
So now it's Forest orping. Do you see that?
It's a bit better than when you put a hole in the popcorn that time.
We don't talk about that, we said. It's a twist on the AWP on the T side. Forest now having a go with the sniper. It's will be interesting to see where he positions himself. He'll go towards middle this time where they've had issues. HE's towards the forklift, don't do a ton of damage. Lekro does fall back in time. Round 10 here. NiP really struggling to make their mark on the map. As it's another default here, and once more. NiP with 3 players towards the A site. Lekro, Get Right, and Dennis. They are setting themselves up for an A main take. The first bit of aggression we've seen from the CT. Great flashbang, and that's why you want to make these sort of plays. You shut down their default, lock them out of the bomb sites, and this is looking much better now.
Just with the door already opened at Squeaky, they've all turned toward him, with the exception of Get Right, who's still forward enough. He's got to watch his own back toward A main. Finally, Forrest will get something going with the AWP in middle. NiP looking poised for a second round. I would say they need to keep everyone up. You need to avoid the reset. Doesn't really work that way anymore, but at the same time, if you do want to break down Fnatic, the more rounds you give yourself in doing so, the better. They're already accumulating, at this point, 7, excuse me, in the bonus. So they've got 3,400 for the next few, no matter what. Bomb down exists, 4 HP. I think he's well aware of the situation. He'll try and get as many guns down as possible. And I'll say it again, I tweeted it yesterday, I just think it should stop at 5 rounds. The fact that they've built up a full bonus for a few extra does mean that if they are to break down Fnatic over the next few rounds, it actually is more punishing for the leading team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I feel like the fact it gets to a point where you could have the maximum loss bonus of the rest of the half at this point is that's a little bit much. It allows you to get right back into it. I feel like the 5 is the cutoff point, but either way, round 11, double orb setup for the first time from NiP. Very viable on cash. It'll be Forest and Lekro running that setup. We've seen Forest orbit towards middle, but this was the play that excited me. Finally, NiP on their feet, looking to actually take some kills at the start instead of sitting back and waiting for the full commitment from Fnatic there. We need to see more of that. So we have 2 players towards middle now, 2 towards sandbags, in fact, and Forrest will find 1, but he's in a lot of trouble with the AWP there. Will he be able to hold on? Crims takes down Dennis, and Forrest is still fighting for his life towards sandbags.
Crims is waiting as well. He's already outside in middle, which is fine. He's not detected in that position. And smoke down as well. Forrest is a little bit concerned that they could go over the hut above him. That's why there's a flash out. It changes his angle, and Roland catches him. Offsetting kill by Lekro, but unfortunately he was tagged to 16 in the process, and it's just he and Rez left. I say okay, Twist is watching that. That's smart. They know that they've been trying to push that position far too many times. Yeah,
Rez tries it again. A desperate push is absolutely taken down, and Lekro holds towards B, but that is the correct position. He hits the first shot. Can he finish it off the P250? Absolutely not.
Here's the thing, though. That single kill would have been significant for exactly what we talked about. No matter what, NiP's still getting $3,400 this round. They're still buying. You knock a few more guns out of the hands of Fnatic that time, win this one, then you break them down, then you're laughing.
Kill didn't come through. It was a nice idea from NiP. They had 2 players towards the sandbag. They were trying to bait the rifle in as Forrest took the presence, but just the individual duels are all going in favor of Fnatic right now. They're looking red hot here on the main stage as we get into another double orb setup. This time, Lekro and Rez. Rez picking it up for the first time. They're really like juggling that orb around. As Rez finds the opening kill, that's not bad at all. That will be Crims going down towards B this time, and he's had a bit of a free run on that side of the map. Rez will remove him from the equation, but a lot still to be done as Get Right. He's only got the MP9 and now only 14 HP.
Lekro waits, actually gets closer. He's trying to get himself in better position with the off. He's got a number of targets to fire at. He shot at 1, they moved, and they all got away. Broland gets in the sight. Look at him find a 3rd as well. Forrest goes down. He'll even go above, beyond, to check every possible angle before planting the bomb. Tight plant, mind you, even though quad is clear. Doesn't want to let anyone rotate back in from hugging the wall. But it's fine, because they're in with Get Right on 14. A 4 versus 2. Fnatic are about to find their 10th round. It is their map choice. But anything we said about the money system and NiP getting back into it is starting to become less and less likely as we're about to go on to round 13.
This Brolan kid, man, he's got superstar potential in the future. He's getting there.
Man, we thought we saw the first wave of the young talent 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're getting the rest of it now. We're at like the apex of that wave because, again, you started out with guys like Rops coming in. Many other examples, I'm sure. Even guys like Mixwell that came out of Spain for a while and showed some class. The North Americans certainly brought in a lot of younger players. Twist started to emerge. Sek, I think, is another one that's still due to jump up and showcase himself. But, I mean, we've got so many guys under the age of 20 that are so good, and now we're getting a whole wave more. Some of them are still 16. Frozen was amazing today.
He was unreal. I can't wait to see more from these guys. It's absolutely crazy to watch sometimes. And Brolan with another three-piece there, getting it done time and time again. Looking so sharp. This time with the Org, and it's going to be a tactical timeout from NiP. Maximum loss bonus still there. They saved the AK-47. Rez has an AWP, got the opening pick previous round, but it just wasn't enough. They could not get much more going than single rounds. Then they're shut down, and they need to work out how they're going to get at least 4 rounds here. We said it's a T-sided map, but you expect at least hope to get 5 or 6 on the CT side. And here's the replay of the young star getting it done, pushing his way through. So much confidence as well. He's not doubting his play at any moment. 2 rounds to NiP's name. You're right, it is the Fnatic pip. We'll see whether this round will lead to any success now for NiP. Reds on the York, MP9 for Forest, and 3 rifles. It's a pretty decent buy, but we do want to see more of those plays at the flashes to A main and just start showing that you're not scared to hit Jules.
Dennis finding Brolan is a great start. Exactly what NiP needs, and Lekro adds to that by trading off JW, who took down the aforementioned NiP player. Crims is tagged to 53 as well, and Exist is going to have a tough time getting out that door. Good read of that nade, I have to say. He was lining up to do the arrow smoke. I mean by that, the arrow on the box, you drop it off that, or bounce it off that, and it'll cover all of quad. But the nade came in, and somehow he sensed it and backed off. Spidey sense was tingling. Mine was not today. I went mountain biking with a fan named Reed. I don't think he's quite here this game. He might be in the crowd. He'll definitely be here tomorrow. Had the hospitality of picking me up and taking me about an hour away to ride at Twin Peaks, but the amount of spider webs that I rode through, I probably should learn how to spot them a little better.
Doesn't sound too fun to me. I don't like spiders.
Exist will get inside of the cubby. Twist will get over toward the skylight. MP9 just an out still for Forest, but he plays the corner entry. Can swing either way. Just needs a little bit of aggro taken by Rez. That's the plan. The smoke down actually means there'll be gray screen trying to check it, but they wall it. They fire it. He panics. He gives himself up. That's exactly what he didn't need to do. He could have held his nerve. They wouldn't have fired the second shot, but he thought they'd check it either way, so he tried to spam back. Now Rez on the site has so much pressure applied. Somehow hits a shot through the box on Twist, but it's still a 2-on-2. 7 seconds, low HP, headshot angle, but Get Right's had enough of that, and he's had enough of losing rounds because he's gonna find the 3rd for NiP.
They came right down to the wire there, but Get Right stepping up. They're gonna get the round in their favor. 2 players surviving as well. That's their 3rd on the board. Nice opening picks at the start. Fnatic trying to change the pace a little bit. Let's face towards A main straight up, hoping they could find players with nades in their hand, potentially out of position, but they were absolutely ready on the NiP side. They give themselves a nice man advantage, funnel them back towards the B bomb site, and it comes down to that 2-on-2. But a low HP assisted Get Right and getting the double spray down, and surely they can find a couple more here. Hopefully it lights the fire beneath them. This is fantastic play from Get Right. Round 14, single orb set up this time in the hands of Rez. He managed to get the opening pick towards B before. No one heading in that direction this time, however, as a smoke lander connector. It's a faster play towards middle from JW. He molotovs towards the sandbags. Get Right does get tagged through the smoke. And full mid-control granted to Fnatic right now as JW makes his way towards white box. This looks like an A split to me right now, and he'll face bravely up towards highway here. He's going to smoke the top to take vision away and focus towards that connector.
Forest could end this all, though. He could shut it down. The problem is there's no utility either way. It's not that there isn't any utility. They've just elected not to use it, given that Fnatic are so far out in middle already. And Forest doesn't want to self-smoke because he wants to be able to peek and control the situation when he's needed to do so. Get Right confirms that no one is out highway yet, so Forest is still relevant there. He can still counter peek, but he did spot one on the boost, and he won't be inclined to do so until it's required. Not much going on at B. Exist is in the door as default suggested. And and continues to do so. 5 rounds on IP and we still have a game.
We absolutely do. Have to get there first though. As Dennis, he hears the reload, that's a chance. Surely it's a kill here. It's scrappy, but he'll take it. It goes down to 12 HP. JW will return the favor towards Forest. It's a 4-on-4. Crims waits at the mouth of the A bomb site. It's Lekro actually tucked in the corner here. Great awareness from Crims.
And this is tough now because Dennis gets locked in long. He went out the door, he's still on 12. They know that he stayed out there, so there's nowhere else he could go. He uses the sound and the fact that the door shuts in front of him to try to fire through. Brolan hit Get Right, turned around and said, no, I know what you're up to. Takes that as well.
Dennis essentially removed himself from the round now. 12 HP going for that spam. They're just going to spam you back. He had to either try and go for stealth and backstabbing their planting. As soon as he went for it, that was the end of his round. It's 11-3. Round 15.
That guy has the same hobby as you, Henry.
What was that?
Don't worry about it.
I was looking at the game. I miss all the fun. Well, we said NiP need to aim for 4 or 5. This will be the last chance to get the former Brolan. Just removes Dennis there. 2 FAMASs, 2 M4s. Get Right on the MP9. Someone needs to step up here. They need that opening kill. They need to upgrade one of these lesser weapons if possible. 2 players towards middle at the sandbags once again. They deploy the incendiary and the boost towards the white truck and T-spawn. It's coming back into fashion. We'll see if it leads to a kill. I like this from Forest. That's an old school boost. You don't really see that too often these days. So 2 boosts on either side of the map. I don't think either will be successful here. And now, if they walk in towards the B side, Forest needs to be very careful. Might want to get off that in a few seconds because they're very vulnerable, and indeed they will.
Smoke and Brolan has emerged through it to hit Rez. How did he even react that fast? It's one thing to spot him, it's another to absolutely nail it with the Krieg.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. Rez getting a taste of his own medicine there from young Brolan.
Micro had an event blown out. Crims knew it, turned around, he's just watching it. And Twist is aware that he's still in mid because of that as well. So Get Right's come down, that can at least support. But Twist waiting up above, fully aware there's one to his left. Whether or not he's able to use much of that information for better or for worse. And Lekro does get inside of the vent, but as I mentioned, and we see it now, Crims has been watching it the whole time. They don't have the B site yet. They are quite segregated. Bomb has a free rite of passage back over toward JW and Twist, and there is no NiP players directly on the A site. JW's crossed the mouth of A main and not been spotted nor seen anyone in return. So he's going to go make contact, and they want Crims to distract while he does it.
That's enough now from Crims. He's done so much damage. He'll go down here, but look, everyone in NiP is on the B bomb site, and now the bomb's going to be planted at A. That is absolutely perfect. That's the kind of play you need. If you want to show presence towards a bomb site and make it convincing, you go in there, do a load of damage, pull a rotation over. Sure, you go down, but the round should be secure here. It will take an absolute miracle from NiP now to make this round work for them. They have no kit, no utility, and Twist gets a bit unfortunate. Oh my goodness, does he turn it around though? The collateral kill comes in, and Lekro left with it all to do here.
All to do indeed. Bomb down. They know he's coming from A main as well, and Twist finishes it off with a deagle. Hits 2 to save back the round for Fnatic, who ultimately needed it less. It's 12-3.
An astonishing half then for Fnatic. It's their map pick, and you can see why they are pulling out all the stops here, ladies and gentlemen. NiP are going to need a lot of help to get back into this second half. If they can do it, you're going to have to find out after this break.
Dancing on my own when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt. Yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette, that is first sight, the way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye, and whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby.
Well, perspiration on Get Right's face is not without cause. They are sweating right now. It is 12-3 for Fnatic, and they swap over to the CT side. You rightfully point out, however, the cash is mostly T-sided, but at 12-3, you know what that means. Pistol importance.
Absolutely, and the way Fnatic are playing right now and the USP rounds they've displayed throughout this tournament suggests they can certainly win it. We'll get into and have a look at the buys. It's P250, smoke flashbang for Get Right as they start to head towards middle. It is going to be an opening exchange, and it looks like the terrorists are doing it. Exist will fight back the best he can. He takes down Lecro in the process, but 4-3 in favor of Fnatic, and they're trying in favor of NiP, excuse me. Those pounds towards that B bomb site. It's Twist to defend. Rez with control of the checkers.
Control of the checkers while he plays chess. Twist. 40 adapts. He'll find Rez. He found Get Right, and Forrest is going to have to be Mr. Classic on the pistol. And he's got two to find. Exist already tagged in the corner. Checks it and removes him instantly. On a Glock, no less. But Glock does not have the range to the USP. It does. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts if he can hit every single shot, and Twist can't return. He's got the advantage inside of the site with the bomb down, does Twist. Forrest is hoping he's going to conjure some sort of summoning spell because he's gotten off the angle, and Twist doesn't really need to leave the site. So it's wishful thinking that he could bait him out into the headshot position, and he does exactly that!
Ice cold from Forrest. He knew exactly what he was doing there. He's not playing into you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. Oh my goodness, that's absolutely brilliant from Forrest there. Oh dear. Just a glass of water out of a shoe, Matt.
Don't get too excited. Renault's not that fast. Ricciardo's probably not going to be doing any of those soon. I'm just stating the truth, man. I'm a McLaren fan. They got those engines in the back, too. Exist and JW will sit on top of the site. They're not alone in that either. They've got company in the form of Brolan, and Crim's watching from high and mighty above in heaven. Backs off the ramp for now because he's got to watch to make sure the push through is countered off. They've given up so much inside of middle, and NiP getting that pistol is all important. What a play from Forrest, what a clutch, and gives them an absolute chance back into this.
He absolutely does. That could be everything here. Fnatic will take the full eco. They've only bought themselves a flashbang. Suggests they're going to flash in and try and pounce towards one certain area of the map. That looks likely to be the B storage area, and no NiP players will be there whatsoever. They're heading towards A. That's going to be pretty much round confirmed at this stage before any kills are found. It's looking very good for NiP, and their campaign to get back in this game is officially started now. They're going to have a clean sweep here. They don't necessarily have to go hunting for frags. They're the only ones that have weapons to give up at this stage. Bomb planted, and here comes Fnatic. They still have their flash. They can throw that in. Hope for the best here, but Rez is ready to mow them down. Good flash, and will it have any sort of effect?
Well, Rez is far enough forward that the flash didn't blind him, and therefore he was able to get a headshot. He was a bit outnumbered, if I'm honest, so did get overrun afterward. And Brolan hit a stunning shot back toward the site, but Get Right got one as well. So we still sit 3-on-3. Bomb planted, time ticking, no kits. Crimson finding another kill. Starting to make it a little bit awkward against NiP. It's very awkward.
No!
Dennis is down as well. It's an AK at range, but they're going to try and make this so expensive. Lekro's got to stay up. The bomb's gone. It's not going to be defused. Just to be clear, the round is already won, but man, oh man, it's a win in itself for Fnatic.
So Matt, you have the context of that round is they had 5 players with the bomb down against USPs and no armor, and they've lost 4 kills there. How is that even possible? Like, why are you challenging for the kills at all? Just sit back and make sure you stay alive. You've got nothing to gain and everything to lose in that situation. They've lost 4 players. That's no cause for celebration. That is a hollow victory at best in that round. That is a nightmare for NiP.
I think that should replace Cash in the pool. I agree.
Bring it back.
Forget Vertigo. I mean, with this money system, you might as well just give away guns anyway.
Head into the next round, and it's going to be a difficult one, as we'll see NiP with the AK, sure, but certainly a difficult round still. Everything fully invested into this one as Fnatic look to push in towards B storages. Get Right to defend. They consider it maybe a weaker target, and he gets the first kill though. Takes down Brolan, and he stays alive long enough to force the other CT back. So a nice opening pick there, and a second. Twist will get the touchdown, but still, NiP looking towards A.
And that was on the back of the fact that he knew he did damage earlier on to Get Right. Obviously, he had armor and there was no assist, so he did it all. Look at Crims. Oh my. 1, 2, he wasn't ready for that. He did not know Rez came up from Highway. That is the counter to that boost every single time. He thought he could play Trigger Discipline, and Rez just absolutely removed him for it.
He kind of had to there, considering they are losing players all over the map. He's hoping to get 2 or 3 there. Almost worked out for him, but Twist with the clutch potential now, 3 versus 1.
The smoke's down still, and that's about to dissipate. He's close enough. He can certainly play off of this. That smoke let him get well up Highway. Fortunately, it doesn't let him go anywhere beyond that. Rez gets number 6 for NiP. 3 in a row to start off the half. And no money again on the side of Fnatic.
That's the best sign. All right.
Not bothered at all, though, are you, Hank?
That's not, I think we need to get better. A little bit quiet, a little bit quiet. Not bad.
Listen, guys, what if I told you you're absolutely right? Henry is a wanker, but he's still gonna smash Chad.
To the next round, Matt. There's plenty more time for that over the weekend. We'll get into round 19 here, and it will be a partial bite. Not even that really from Fnatic. They're going to have the P250s and Deagles. Brolan with CZ. He's been down to 28 HP as Forest looks to open things up. NiP are right back in this game now. Fnatic yet to post around. Let's see if this is where they can cause any more damage with the pistols. Brolan looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Flames around him, low HP. Forest waiting for the frag to come in his crosshair.
Certainly is. We saw how that worked for him on the pistol round. It was impressive. For some reason, Twist just took the bait and walked right into exactly what Forest was ready for. They won't quite do that this time. No need to do it with pistols against rifles. And instead, they'll wrap back around and go toward the A side of the map. Now, interestingly enough, they've played for information on B. They've spotted an aggressive smoke and potential toward Checkers. But the rotation's gone back the other way on the CT side as well. So they still, despite playing this slow and steady, might walk into a stack. They'll have to be perfect on their shots. Forest will find the first on the JW. Good trade. Twist does well to find Dennis, but it's still even trades across the board because Brolan found Rez with a CZ. It only now goes the way of NiP, and Forest is on 2 HP.
Oh!
Not anymore. He's not. Exist found that. Luckily, Lekro was swift to swing from the door, and Brolan's going to try and be sneaky to come back through the smoke. Bomb plant from Get Right. Above? Oh, he could. He thinks Get Right's going to try and wrap back to a main, but he could go above and over top. CZ 75's easy headshot potential on Get Right. Lekro's got to be perfect here. Brolan's low enough, the AK absolutely shooting the door, but he got the dink! He got the dink, and Brolan gets the round!
He's done it again! Pistols, no armor, and Brolan with 3 kills. That is a world-class play. You can't teach that. My goodness, Brolan has made them look like absolute fools on the A side there. They're waiting for him to push, and they've got no idea he's going to make this sort of play. How does he know Lekro is going to face the corner? He plays it absolutely perfectly there, and Lekro can't believe it. Fnatic 13, NiP 6, as they bring out the double orb setup now on the CT side. 8K is available for NiP, but money is in the absolute bin at this stage. If we lose this round, that could be everything gone. GG. They haven't got any loss bonus to speak of. Get right just with the Deagle here. They've got bare bones utility, and Brolan might have just secured the game for them. Twist and JW, that is one potent combo. And Brolan, his confidence, you can see it now. He's pushing towards B storage, somehow gets hit by the Deagle. Nice work from Get Right. Wasn't quite the head, I'm afraid. And an exchange of frags there. Red strikes first, but he'll go down quickly to the hands of JW. But it's up to Exist now, holding the A side alone. And Forest has already snuck out. This is starting to fall apart for Fnatic.
JW just holds with the AWP back down in middle, has to recheck the position because there's been so much time gone by without a lot of activity on the front of the A site, despite that's where they all are. But again, it's NiP with the advantage at a minute to play and a site that's effectively open for entry. Smoke's got about 6 seconds at least on it still, and the Molotov's already gone. No one is going to peek in behind the forklift. Smart call and a nice smoke to completely cancel out Twist.
I think they might want to fall back here. The double orbs and the retake, well, now single orb. It's just not looking too good for them. JW can safely hold his angle towards Highway, but he's not going to be going for the round. Removes Dennis, and Fnatic are doing very good with the pistols, it seems. Not so much luck with the full buys. Brolan saved the AK-47. NiP can't really justify to hunt him out. They just haven't got the resources to do it. You can see everyone fully invested, and that was a must-win round for them, and they do a very good job. Lekro getting 2 key frags there, takes down the secondary AWP as well, and the round is absolutely theirs as they retreat for A main.
So 1 round in a spectacular clutch by Brolan is all Fnatic have on the CT side. And I'll start to bring it up now. I brought it up in a positive light in the first half. This is Fnatic's choice. So the pressure is starting to get applied. It is just 3 to go. And as the bonus works, they're going to have money to try and push them over that finish line. But NiP is still building a bank of their own. It's not spectacular based on that round by Brolan. But they have the lead, and it'll be a timeout call from NiP.
None of that, please. None of that.
We're going to have to come up with a UK chant after you win.
We are. We have to.
We'll come up with
We'll come up with our own one. You and I can do it on the stage.
I'm down. Well then.
Round
Guess
21.
that's settled.
It absolutely is. We're going to see a scout come out from Crims. We've got 3 sniper rifles here on the CT side. Exist will have just a CZ, but Fnatic have gone for broke. Crims with the 2 orbs up already. Not sure that was necessarily the right weapon to bring out, but we'll see what he can do with it. Big chance for Fnatic here to answer back quickly as JW pushes all the way in towards that B storage. Flashes back, but didn't find the opening kill and have to reposition now. There it is.
Struck by Twist. Aim for the fences. Might load the bases with a few more shots. Tries to get back around and angle himself better for A-Man. Gives up on the door in doing so, but the Molotov beats him to position, and he thinks he can slide out toward NBK. Guess who's waiting for us? That was well designed to have him go aggressively and not have the cover for peek. Dennis spotting already that one has crossed over. It's Crims. He's tagged him. He's put him low. Ooh. A running and gunning scouts. You have to admire the ambition.
Yeah, that was brave, to say the least. And at this point, it's again, the sniper rifle's on the retake. JW needs to find a quick pick, but where would you get it? Why would they even challenge at this point? They still have a smoke. Flashbangs available to them. And there's a nice try by Crims. If he hits that headshot, maybe there was a chance, but he goes down. Exist OP can find someone on the lurk there, but it's going to be another round for NiP. Dennis up on the catwalk. Looks like everything is secure, and Fnatic just can't get going here on the CT side. So far posting a single round, as that was just the eco victory. Nothing else but that, as they will save weapons again. In terms of their loss bonus, will be maximum after this. It'll be $3,400 per player, so JW can drop a gun. He's at $2,300 right now, but they still will be struggling here. And that's if everyone stays alive at this point.
So NiP find number 9. That does build the bonus up to a full lost round bonus now, though, for Fnatic, as we mentioned. And NiP need a very clean round here to make sure, or at least have the AWP and the AK survive to ensure that they don't get broken down too easily. AWP and AK, I'll say. Obviously, there's 4 to choose from.
Back into the action now. Smoke towards connected at the very start of the round. Another default by NiP. The looks of things is working out for them, but maybe not that opening pick. This time it's Twist towards the B side of the map. He takes down Lecro. Nice pick. Can they stay alive there? They've been getting those picks, but it gets answered back straight away. But this looks clean now from Fnatic. One of the few advantages they've had in this second half. And NiP don't seem to be striking back just yet. Rez has got the door open, and there is a player towards the catwalk position. He has the potential to hit those, this time not connected. Boost towards middle as well. Brolan waiting for the sound cue to backstab potentially here. Can he get the timing right?
If he goes now, it's not even about getting multiple kills. He kills Get Right, bombs back toward the big garage. He's gonna go behind them. Get Right didn't see it.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did. You're right. He absolutely did. I was gonna say he could segregate the T's, and Get Right would almost have to be forced if he could dwell in toward B.
Now that's arguably too aggressive from Brolan. He's got the advantage. That's such a gamble play there. If it works out, he looks like the hero. If he doesn't, though, it gets them to this point. They've got double orbs again, another potential A take. As Forrest waits patiently with the orb. He looks towards Forklift right now, but he's been spotted, and Crims will take him down. Good flashbang, but an even better response from Dennis there.
That's great timing. Exist has worked with him in the past, but he didn't know he was so clever. Dennis will also get down Crims. It is just Twist. It's an AWP on highway, which is a great spot to have it. It's just not a great situation to be in with it.
Absolutely not. NiP might be able to go for the full reverse sweep. If you're just joining us, it was 12-3 at half in favor of Fnatic. They've switched over to their CT side, and they've had a lot of gun rounds now and just really haven't been able to close them out. They've had opening picks multiple times, and that push from Brolan, maybe that's showing some of his inexperience there, because the position he was holding, just holding that boost ball, that was absolutely fantastic. That was enough. He means he has full control of middle. He can listen up for sound cues. It was unfortunate the timing. He almost got it right, but the risk just was a little bit too much for me. They had that round, and it was a very important one.
Well, it's an important one for NiP as well, because they're now at 9 and within 4.
So close. It is unfortunate. He almost timed it to perfection, but Rez, fantastic work here. As soon as Exist went down, that was the round. Crims did absolutely everything he could from quad, but it looks like another eco here from Fnatic. Going to have an AWP saving the previous, and CZ's Deagles are partial by at best. The maximum loss bonus not helping them out too much on the CT side. Twist, though, he is one of those AWPers, man, that has the potential to carry around single-handedly. If he gets that opening pick, funnels him towards a CZ stack, it could be enough. Fnatic will always be dangerous in these sort of rounds. So we head into round number 23 here. This is looking likely to be a very quick one. As soon as Forrest clutches out that pistol round, you know all bets are off. There's a chance that NiP can do it, and they're making a convincing case now as they hunt for double digits. That's when the conversation really starts. Boosting up towards middle just to look for any CT aggression there, which could be likely considering he's got those CZs. JW right up close. See what he can make of it.
So far, he'll use the smoke as a friend. Brolan's going to use the smoke as a friend toward B main, actually, as well. Couldn't quite get to Skylight, and I think that Get Right spamming as he is almost suspecting that a boost was on the other side of it and that someone will be there. So look for him to check that if they do go B. A little bit later on in the round, quiet so far. Rez has 11. Dennis is on 10. They're not that far behind everybody else. Exist is the lowest on the Fnatic side, but Twist is absolutely killing it with 21. First half, you could see why.
Always a chance to win these rounds. See where that Twist. AWP towards A will be enough. He currently holds towards the CT truck. In terms of the general setup, it's a slow default from NiP for reasons we discussed in the first half. You know they've got low money. You want to see whether they're going to push to the start. You want to send a scout through and see if you can get there's a stack available. Bait out the utility they might have, which they're doing now. 40 seconds remaining. NiP is smoked off, but Forrest waiting patiently takes down Crims, jumping on top of the site.
Exist does get in behind the smoke and all the way to NBK to hold at the fence. There it is. I told you they'd check it. Lekro just watches while Get Right pulls a kangaroo and jumps in. Didn't see one today when I was riding in the woods. I was hoping I would. Won't lie. Brolan's elbow does not show. It's the door frame that is the darkness, and this could be huge. He's gotten Get Right down. Bombs in the open. He knows the second's gone as well. Brolan on a CSAT 75 for the second time, and he gets the AK from Get Right's corpse. And that's going to be good enough to find Dennis as well. Forrest is out of time, and Fnatic find 14.
Brolan on the big stage, making the huge plays. So young, so talented, and just a thorn in NiP's side at this point. He holds towards the checker room. They were 5-on-4 down. It's the AWP shot from Twist. He only gets one kill, but it's so influential. It's NiP trying to get through, knowing they're low on time. They didn't check the corner, and Brolan gets the 3 kill, denies the chance of the plant. He can fake to the last kill there. He wants to finish it in style, but his job was done. 14-9, another eco victory there. Their second round of the half. As here he comes again. It's a double kill, and he's done so much damage. Forrest and Dennis down to less than 10 HP apiece.
You might as well call that a quad. He does so much damage, and NiP are halted on 9. We said it was only 3 rounds. Fnatic were biding their time, and now they're about to find map points. JW in heaven to counter off the entry. Tradable as ever with the positions as well of Twist in the backlines. Crims and Exist are still just hoping perhaps they aren't required, but in the event that they rotate back out away, they have it covered off.
And this could be it, Matt, because if they lose this round, there's no real money on the NiP side. They'll get $1,900 per player. If they're not going to go for this one, they need to save the AKs here. Lekro's trying to find an opening. That's given his position up towards the checker room. They'll likely be together at this point. He's found it, though. JW goes down. Some life left in this round, it seems.
And Lekro does that so efficiently that he still sits with 77 HP. That's crucial. It gives him a fighting chance. Quite literally, he can take more duels. He can afford to because Dennis can't on 4 HP. Opt for Twist negates any HP amount, but if he misses the shot, Lekro again gets a kill and is still on 77. B site, bomb's already crossed. Dennis gets it in. Lekro, he does come out worse for wear this time, down to 26. And oh, that Molotov, it's late. Dennis is gonna just barely get away. Oh my, just barely get away. He knows he's so low that he needs a one-hit wonder, goes to the off. Oh! Lekro tags another, but Exist, he's found both. He knows where they are, and Fnatic find 15.
It's all about Brolan there, Matt. He gets 2 kills at the start, but you might as well call it 4. He did so much damage towards the B storage area. NiP did a great job to get back in the round and make it realistic. Lekro made his heart out there, but it wasn't quite enough. Here's the replay of him getting it done. They all line up. Buckets of damage there. It must have been about 400. And we'll see whether NiP will have a decent buy here. The bomb going down helps them out significantly. If they didn't have that, they'd be in a much worse state than they are right now. But it is going to be map points for Fnatic here. 15-9, 6 in a row required from NiP on the T side. CZ for Get Right, 3 AKs. Forrest has the AWP. That extra $800 from the plant really helped them out here.
He bounces through. Exist. Go for the slide boost, it appears. I think it's Crims that's on top. It is. And as the smoke fades, he finds Forrest. A beginning to an end, perhaps, as Crims does his work. Brolan emerges to do the other side of the map and actually take down Get Right, who's playing there as a default. Dennis found by JW, no answer from NiP. 5-on-2 and only a fraction of damage dealt by Get Right to Brolan. Again, it's Lekro to try and clutch. This time, instead of working with Dennis, it'll be with Rez. They have the bomb in their hands once more, but JW's pushed up. He's taken away all options at mid. They will try and potentially go above him. Bomb thrown up. Now that is a risk. He dies up here, bomb's gone. No one else around to boost him, but he finds JW and it works out.
Lekro and Rez against 4. Map on the line here. It's going to take something absolutely fantastic from him to bring this one back. He's capable of it, but the time is running thin now. Can't check every single position, but Brolan offers himself up, and now there's a chance. Good smoke towards CT spawn.
Twist is going to go. Twist is going to go.
Surely
he stopped. I thought he was. That would have been so scary on an op. Default position. Molotov's late. It'll do damage, though. Quite a bit, in fact. Significant considering they're still in a clutch situation. Rez waits for vents. They're spramming through. They know the angle. They know the headshot position, and they just tag him a few times.
Spotted him. Rez has the information. This kill could actually turn the tide of the round. Waiting for it. Lekro's helping him out. They're finding all the kills here. Lekro has to do it all, but it's not enough. Twist gets the final kill. It's going to be 16-9 in favor of Fnatic. But Matt, they had to work so hard for in that second round. It wasn't looking good. And if Brolan hadn't have got those clutches, it could have been a very different story indeed.
Absolutely. The CZ clutch was spectacular. He was great all the way through. So was Twist. Have to give him a lot of credit. Looked very sharp and very composed the whole way through. Fnatic win their map. The desk, suggested that might be the case, that each team would defend successfully on home territory and we'd decide on the third.
I really enjoyed that game, though. These Swedish derbies are a lot of fun to watch. You can see they're putting everything on the line out there. I liked NiP's performance in the second half, but I want to see more assertive plays on their CT sides, Matt. They need to take the game to Fnatic and not let them have full control.